Tens of millions of Americans cross over bridges every day without giving it much thought, unless they hit a pothole. But the infrastructure problem goes much deeper than pavement. It goes to crumbling concrete and corroded steel, and the fact that nearly 70,000 bridges in America, 1 out of every 9, is now considered to be structurally deficient.
Every single one of us rides on those slabs of concrete and steel every day. And across America, it's no secret our infrastructure is turning to dust and could kill innocent travelers. A new budget's being tossed around Washington, and our lawmakers thinking about doing enough about what is really a continuing disaster. This and more. Welcome back, the one person who knows more about autos and the industry than Henry Ford could ever have dreamed. Her self-named website carries her advice around the globe. She's seen and heard on media outlets across the country. For me, she's first and foremost my longtime friend. The car coach, Lauren Fix, joins us. Lauren, pleasure to see you again.
Pleasure to see you too as well, Ed.
Here we go, and talking about infrastructure. The reason we bring this to the fore now is in the new spending bill that is now sitting before the House and Senate, we're talking about a national infrastructure investment. $500 million is being considered right now to go ahead and take care of the roads, the bridges. But then again, I also happen to look at a report right here that tells me of 607,000 bridges in this country, more than 65,000 are structurally deficient, and some 20,000 bridges around the country are labeled fracture critical. Lauren, $500 million, is that even enough?
I don't think it's enough. I think we're probably looking more like toward the $2 billion or more. There's so many different studies. I've seen studies that say we need $3 trillion. I've seen studies that say you need $170 billion. The bottom line is, I think what we're doing with the gas money that we're collecting, there's a whole, you're opening up such a can of worms for me, which I love.
That's my job, and I do my job well, damn it.
Yes, yes, and you know I love to be opinionated on things like this. Okay, the Federal Highway Trust Fund, I love the name Trust Fund because there is no trust here. They're taking money from us, every single one of us, when you pump gasoline. It's 18.4 cents a gallon, that's federal, on top of the gallon of gas. And on top of that, you have your state, in which most states have some sort of tax, New York being the highest, where I am, or California, or Hawaii, have very high state funds. And what they do is they're supposed to take this money and repair the bridges and roads. However, it seems to be that there isn't any good accounting to show that it's really being used for that, because it ends up going into the general fund in many cases. So everyone says, well, if a road or a bridge needs to be repaired, it just comes out of the general fund as well as the trust fund. The fact is we still don't have enough money. And if you travel to any country internationally, for example, Germany, their roads are as smooth as silk. You can drive over 100 miles an hour on them. Why? Because they're repaired properly. They don't fill the holes in with loose gravel and then hammer it with a shovel and let all the cars drive it over. They actually repair it properly. If they took the time to repair a lot of these roads properly, you would instantly see safer roadways. And the problem is everything seems to be the short, quick, and dirty version of getting it repaired, and it infuriates me. Now, to top that off, because you know this is like one of my hot button subjects, we have been pushing the Obama administration, electric vehicles, plug-ins. We want plug-in vehicles. We want hybrid vehicles. We want low rolling resistant tires. We want these vehicles so clean and green and high fuel economy. Well, then that means you spend less time at the pump. And so that 18.4 cents per gallon, you have less people putting money into the fund that you insisted that you know, this is typical of this administration and many administrations, including the one before the Obama administration, is let's be very short-sighted. I want everyone to have electric vehicles. Well, then no one's buying gasoline. So you have to think about this when you're cutting off your arm despite, you know, despite the other arm. It doesn't make any sense.
So let's look at this then from the perspective of, we're talking about all this money, roads that have been allowed to basically turn to dust. We've seen some of the video here, bridges that are in terrible shape. Are we just looking at not only this administration, but prior administrations, if we wanted to go ahead and make this a legal issue? This is embezzlement, is what it sounds like. Taking all that money that's supposed to be going to the roads, and where does it go? It's got to be going somewhere, and it sounds like that's somebody's pocket.
Well, I don't know about necessarily someone's pocket. That I can't prove. But I can tell you that they aren't using the money for what they should be. Because if you're collecting that kind of money, even though we have hybrid cars and electric vehicles, we still have a lot of money going into that Highway Trust Fund. And that Federal Highway Trust Fund is supposed to help repair bridges and roads. And we still charge tolls on New York State throughways, even all over Florida where you're located. There are tons of tolls. And all that.
And where does all this money go? Where does all this money go is what people keep asking.
Exactly, and it's not being tracked, because if you track it, you'd find that it goes into the general fund. Now, once it's in the general fund, that's where you have a problem. we don't think it's getting back to where it needs to be, which is part of our infrastructure, because the fact that makes America what we are is our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, being able to get product from place to place. You can't rely on just the railway, but these tractor trailers need to get their product from A to Z, and they can't do it if the roadways are in such bad shape, which also puts you and I as consumers actually in a risk, because if the roadways are unsafe, you're highly likely to have an accident, more likely to have a flat tire, which then could leave you and other people at risk. So there's a lot of things that are impacted here. As someone said to me, I should be president so we could repair all the roadways and bridges, because you know that would be top of my list.
I'll go for that any day of the week, because if you look at this, the way things are moving right now, and you even alluded to this, we are looking at an instance, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, where we're going to put $500 million into this, but it seems to me as if it's going to take a massive disaster. We're going to have, and please, I'm not saying that I want this to happen, we're going to have a Verrazano Narrows bridge, or a Triborough bridge, or one of these big bridges, God forbid. We're going to have one of these bridges fall into the water and kill hundreds of people before we pay attention to this.
It didn't make a difference when we had the Bay Bridge in San Francisco or Minneapolis. We took care of it at the moment, and everybody focused on that, and they put all kinds of funds into it. Sadly, it looks like it's going to have to be something serious. We've even had the New York State Thruway. One of the bridges literally failed. People died. And, the thing is, then we repair the wound as it bleeds. We don't take care of it beforehand. We're not proactive. And that's why I laugh at some of these things that this government administration, not just Obama, Bush administration, all the way back, they don't understand that without this infrastructure, America can't strengthen itself. And this is a big function. And President Obama said shovel-ready jobs. Well, here's some shovel-ready jobs. Stop trying to give money to states where they put the money into their pockets. Just why don't you turn it into the roadways and the infrastructure so that we can be safer on these roadways?
We have had dozens of things to talk about, and now we're all out of time because we focused on this. But this is a critical issue indeed. By the way, any idea, only 10 seconds, how long would it take to repair these roads? We're looking at decades, aren't we?
We're looking at decades. Look how long it took for us to build them. But there's people that are looking for jobs. And hey, with this new immigration policy, I guess we'll have more workers.
Ah, Lauren, very well done. I must say, indeed, I was waiting for you to go ahead and get that shot in there, and you did very well. Let's remind everybody that if you want to find out more about cars and even just get some tips on your automobiles, I tell you, my friends, I've been telling you this for years, LaurenFix.com. Find out what she has to say. It is brilliant advice and brilliant commentary as well. Lauren, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Pleasure as well, Ed. Thank you. Take care.
All right, now that we have basically scared everybody out of going out on the roads, let's invite you to sit still, wait, because Midpoint, where we question everything, will continue.